There's really no such thing as a closed loop system. It's still picking up water. That water in a closed loop system is being contaminated. It's picking up anti-corrosives, anti-scaling agents, biocides, and then what is happening is that water gets what's called blowdown. It gets blown back down into the aquifers or the rivers, or like what Ohio EPA is just right now allowing, they just dump it right back into the river. The water treatment facilities are not capable, they do not have the filtering media, and they are not capable of filtering those particular types of corrosives. And so that just makes its way down into our aquifers, and most of these communities are small towns and farming communities that have wells set on aquifers. So this water it's this gray sludge basically is not being cleaned, it's not being filtered, and it's being dumped right into our drinking water.
Have y'all heard about Project Matador? It's going to be the largest data center in the world, and it's going to be built in Amarillo, Texas. They've already approved the first phase. It's going to be 18 million square feet spread across 5,300 acres. That data center is going to use 5.5 million gallons of water every single day. 2 billion gallons of water a year. Amarillo doesn't want the damn thing because they think that it's going to draw their aquifer up. I guess we'll see. The damn thing is going to use so much electricity that you could power 8.2 million houses. 2 New York cities. They're going to build their own power plant. The name of the power plant is called the Hyper Grid. They've already made contracts with Hyundai to supply 4 nuclear reactors. They've already ordered 800 turbine generators from Siemens that puts out 62 megawatts of electricity each. And the rest is going to be solar, according to them. This damn data center is so big that it takes the common out of common sense. It's going to sap up all the resources in the area. It's going to create tens of thousands of jobs over the next few years. Are you going to be part of that project?
My house was pretty much surrounded by water.
Record levels of flooding coming out of this site.
Everything was just engulfed in dust.
And behind me is the ground that's being broken on the very first data center in West Virginia. After I heard about the flooding last weekend, I decided to spend the week here and investigate and just generally communicate the full story of the fight that the Mason County citizens are enduring.
They took all the trees and all the vegetation, and then they moved a lot of dirt and changed the elevation. So when all the rain came, it went right into houses.
So how long have you been at this house?
42 years. Beautiful land, trees, deer. It was a wonderful place to be. We didn't deserve this. It's destroyed a lot of lives.
I'm all for jobs. Just the fact that it just shove this stuff on people and not think twice about them.
The fence out back from the construction area was busted open. My house was pretty much surrounded by water, and it was going down the street. Went under our house, in our crawl spaces, got in our HVACs. I mean, essentially this company has destroyed our lives.
Said, honey, I said, our backyard is flooded. Said, come in here and look at this. Water's everywhere, and we've been here 30 years. Have never seen a flood until that data plant come in.
What are your thoughts about everything?
I hate it. I wish they had never came here. Nothing but one big problem.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys have been fighting here in Mason County.
This isn't your old mainframe tucked away in the basement. We're talking 3,000 acre campuses consuming the entire power consumption of nations, and it's being built on land that was West Virginia Ordnance Works, so there's a lot of legacy pollution in the area. The DEP still approved the Groundwater Protection Plan permit and allowed construction to begin. And this is one of the old TNT domes, containment for explosives, leftover nitroglycerin, so they had all these concrete bunkers everywhere. This one, a couple years back, kaboom! This is the same site that's being disturbed about a mile that way. A data center's going in. The dirt's being blasted all over an entire neighborhood. Record levels of flooding coming out of this site. If HB 2014 wasn't written the way it was written, we would not have any issues. Preempts local authority. The only people that matter in the eyes of this bill are the people in the State House. None of our zoning matters. There is no restriction on how much noise this can make.
Who did this and when?
25 legislative session.
At the end of the legislative session, the last day,
All of us regular taxpayers are going to be footing the bill for everything this data center requires. This piece of garbage is not acceptable.
This is unconstitutional. We need delegates.
It's totally illegal and unconstitutional.
Because of this House Bill 2014, all our rights have been taken away. It's going to have to be repealed and or amended. Otherwise, our communities are going to be destroyed.
You know, we're not illiterate. They're trying to take our voices away from us. West Virginia is not for sale.
Data centers. Do not forget or let it for one moment slip your mind that these data centers is really destroying people, man, destroying lives. These data centers is actually going to take lives, not just taking jobs. These data centers is destroying the water supply. This is the type of thing that in the future is going to make water be like the price of gold. It sounds funny right now, but it's not. We're going to run out of water messing around with data centers. It ain't. AI is very alarming to what it's doing right now, and enough attention, it ain't being shown to it. Everybody just want to use AI like it's just this great tool and it's making everything better. But I'm be honest with you, bro, like it ain't even really no general way to say it. This AI is fucking us, respectfully. If you haven't looked into the data centers and don't understand what it's doing to the water supply, how it's taking jobs, like it's people that live near these data centers. They're making people move. Like if you don't want to, people been living in this house for generations and generations. They've been passing down houses. They're making them move, bro. Like they're making them get off the land. If you live near the data center, people got problems keeping their electricity on. People got, like I said, no clean water. That means we take advantage of having, we take it for granted having water, bro. Like running water, that means that if you don't got running water, you gotta use bottles to even cook. You gotta take a bath with bottles and jugs of water. Like, think about how inconvenient it is. Think about how unsanitary that is. Because this is what's happening. Because of AI, we are literally getting to the point where what's more important for the water? To mankind, to these businessmen, they don't care about mankind. The machine, the data center is more important. They rather give the clean water to the machines at the data center than to make sure people like me and you still got the water to survive. That's the reality, y'all. And people ain't talking about it enough. Yeah, like we all know that AI take jobs, and that's bad too. But man, it's gonna take lives. It ain't just about to take jobs, it's about to take lives, man. No clean water, no running water. Imagine that in another 10 or 15 years, the price of, because it's supply and demand. If the water supply go down, what's gonna happen to it? It's gonna be sky high. It ain't gonna be no more just running water out the faucets and stuff, man. Water gonna become like gold in the future. And that's not good at all, because look how vital water is to our existence. This is a huge, enormous global problem, bro. Especially here inside the States with these data centers, man. Data centers is terrible for us. I seen some people where they was forcing them to move, before, like I stated, like making people move out is one thing, but also people that live around these data centers, they said they got like real big bright lights to the point where in the middle of the night, your house is never really dark. Like you can hardly sleep in there because the lights from the data center is so bright that they shine through people's houses. So it's just bad no matter how you look at it, man. So if you ever get a chance to have a vote or a say on a data center coming anywhere where you live, you better go against it. You better vote against it. I don't know if you even get the vote, if that's even a thing. I don't know. But I'm just saying, bro, it's a big problem, bro. Data centers is a big problem. And this is not something that's years off. This is happening right now, y'all. Right now.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim, Rakha Kodash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Much respect to you brothers out on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with fear and sincerity, and shalom to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Khalakar, come back at you with another video. And as you saw, these data centers, they're causing they're going to cause a lot of harm. They are causing a lot of harm, and they're going to continue to cause a lot of harm. As we know, they're building these data centers, for this guy. Hold on. For this guy right here. No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. I was able to do it, and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me, in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where? Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so much more.
Have any side effects?
See, that's what they setting this thing up for, right? That's just one aspect of the chip, right? Because it says, the prophecy says, should go on your right hand or your forehead, or it don't matter. Your dominant hand, your ass cheek, that's your Neuralink. But we all know it's getting closer and closer to, the hour of temptation, where the Lord is going to have to keep us from, right? The mark of the beast. We're getting real close to that understand, or to that day, to that hour. But I got this on Google. What will the data centers be used for, and what will it hurt the earth? Now, obviously, we know that the data centers, right, are going to store energy, store data, store you, store your whole life, store your whole existence, right? And they're going to try to link you up to that data center, to that chip, to that RFID chip, put you on a grid, right? Put you in the 15-minute cities, where you tracked, you traced, everything you doing is right. It's all being recorded, right? And that's what the Heavenly Father does, right? Everything we do, everything is being recorded, is being jotted down, and it's being reported to the Heavenly Father. However that counsel go, right? We don't know. We down here on earth. We don't know how that works, because, timing down here and timing up in the heavens is far different, right? 1 hour with the Lord is 45.7 years or something like that, maybe 47.5 years, give or take. But that's just 1 hour with the Lord, I'm not even in my 40s yet, so I can. And the Lord's I haven't even been here 1 hour, but an hour goes by, you doing a lesson, an hour goes by, you doing, 2 hours goes by. To us, it's sped, it's kind of sped up in a way. It says data centers are the physical facilities that house the servers and networking equipment powering the modern internet and artificial intelligence, while essentially their massive energy and water demands has a significant environmental impact, straining natural resources and increasing pollution, right? Like you saw in the first clip of that video, the woman was talking about the gray water and shit like that. I'm like, ew, because all that water that you use, you can't just use it and just use it, because it's powering things, it's running through things. It's going to be waste. It's going to be AI waste. It says, why? Let's jump down here. How they hurt the earth, right? Massive energy consumption. It says data centers consume vast amounts of electricity. AI-focused facilities can use as much power as a small city. This massive draw frequently forces energy grids to continue relying on or increasing reliance on fossil fuels to meet the demand, right? Up in the production, destroying the earth even more. It says heavy water usage. Keeping these servers from overheating requires cooling systems. Facilities use millions of gallons of fresh water, right? That guy said, 200 billion gallons? Or I forget what he said. of water a year or something like that. 80,000 gallons, 80,000 million, I don't know, I forget. Facilities use millions of gallons of fresh water daily for this purpose, putting heavy pressure on local drinking water supplies and causing concerns in drought-prone regions. You saw that community, they just moved in, start putting up that data centers, causing floods on their ass, right? And we don't give a care about no Edomites. That's part of your judgment anyway. It says air pollution and emissions, but we are, getting on Esau head for destroying the earth, right? Even the scriptures say, destroy him that destroy the earth. Revelation 11 and 18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give award unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, right? The scriptures talk about meditating terror. Isaiah 33 and 18, thy heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counteth the towers? Right? We're going to meditate terror. We're going to bust Esau head up for doing this to the earth and to the Lord's, to the people, to our people, man. We're going to get a payback on his ass. Just you wait. It says air pollution and emissions, the continuous carbon emission for powering the service contributes significantly to climate change. Yeah, okay. Additionally, data centers rely on massive banks of diesel backup generators, which release heavy, toxic local air pollution during grid failures to peak demand periods. So again, I just did a video about the diesel or the oil, right? There's going to be such a crisis of energy for water and for oil, water and oil. Right, in water and oil. Let's see something real quick. The uses of man, right? Water, oil, honey. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 39 and 26. It says the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, which they're you see what they do in the oil or the water. It says fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat. It says honey, milk, the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing. Right? It says all these things are good to the godly, but so to the sinners they are turned into evil. Right? So these things that read, that's been read, should be free. There shouldn't be the blood of the grape, the oil, the clothing, the salt. All of this costs money, water, money, right? Is what's that? Lamentations 5 maybe or 4. 5. We pay for our water. Hold on. Bear with me. I forget off the top of my head. Yeah. Lamentations 5 verse 4. It says, we have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. And the NLT it says, we have to pay for water to drink. And even firewood is expensive. Catching hell. Because of this devil. Right? This devil setting up these data centers. And what is he saying? He says about peace. Right? Peace he destroy many. Daniel 8 and 25. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes and shall be broken without hand, right? By peace shall destroy many, right? We got to set up these data centers. We got to get this data on this. We got to get the data on that. It's going to approve this. It's going to approve that. Wait, you see, you're going to, there's going to be, access to this and access to that. You just got to take this chip. Electronic waste, the rapid obsolescence of AI hardware like GPUs create a growing mountain of electronic waste, while the manufacture of this equipment requires mining rare earth minerals. So this devil is all out of place, man. This devil is all out of place, man. He's running into straits. Was that he should be in straits. Read this to Job 18:10. It says, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and his destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of his death shall devour his strength. Right, so, like I said, this devil is going to be 1044 up there. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua. He's going to be in complete straits, trying to get to this new world order. Hold on. Straits. Yeah, it was close. Let's start at 19, Job 20:19. Because he hath oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desireth. Down to 22 it says, in his fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the heavenly Father shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain it upon him while he's eating. Right, when he goes to fill his belly, when he think he has I'm right where I want to be. The Lord is gonna open up on him. Right, the Lord is gonna open up on him. Nahum 3. Woe to the bloody city that is full of lies and robbery, the prey departeth not. Right, the prey departeth not. Woe to the city, the bloody city. This bloody city is full of lies and robbery. Verse 4, it says, because of the multitudes of whoredoms and the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, and selleth nations to her whoredoms, and families to her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations the nakedness, and kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Which shall I seek comforters for thee? Right, not going to happen, Esau. Right, because of the multitude of whoredoms, witchcraft. Right, these data centers, what you trying to get to that new world order, it's all witchcraft. And we're not ignorant of your devices. That's why you've been consumed with the spirit of the Lord's mouth day in and day out, because you Esau Edom. So, with that said, I hope you was edified. I hope you got something out of this. Hope to see you on the next video. Lord willing, shalom.